Third time lucky. Hello and welcome to Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. I hope you're sitting comfortably, I hope you've got a cuppa, and I hope you're nice and warm because it's very chilly down here this morning. However, they've promised sunshine, so you never know later on in the show. Today, all about strawberries. Yes, strawberries, and how we get free plants all for nothing. And over there in the corner, we're going to move shortly, and that we're going to look at garlic, what to do with it and how to plant it. Fantastic. I've got some onions over there, and we've got an out for Nowt too from a viewer. Well, once again, welcome to Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. Crikey, it's windy. Well, the sun's out yet again, and I'm here next to my old sink that I found actually buried in here in the bank when I first started doing the allotment. And it's been here for a few years, never really been utilised. Last year it got lots of weeds in it, and it got too much. So I've taken it out, I've got the soil in there, I've mixed it with organic compost now, so it's really full of nutrients. And what do I plant in here? Well, this is a really sunny spot for most of the day. And what needs sun more than anything else is garlic. It loves sun. It also loves freezing cold temperatures because that's where you get the beautiful flavour from. Now these are a lovely garlic. They're very strong with the flavour. Some are quite mild. These are quite strong, called Morado. Well, they were £4 for a packet. And in a packet you got 3 bulbs. But out of each bulb you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, there's 9. 10, I think. I've left one in the greenhouse. 9 bulbs, because with garlic you split them off. You don't put the whole bulb in, you split it off into individual bulbs. Now, as I've talked about garlic before, and very delicate bulbs themselves, right at the bottom is where you're going to shoot out those roots into the soil. Now, how do you plant them? At what depth? Well, luckily a lot of the instructions come on the cards that come with the garlic, which is a good thing. But if you lose it or you don't know, we're talking new money and old money as regards. So the depth needs to be 5 centimeters deep into the soil, which actually, to tell the truth, is almost the length of that bulb. And in old money, that's 2 inches. So 5 centimeters, roughly just under actually 2 inches, but we'll say 2 inches. Those that work in the old money. And apart, double that. So 4 inches or 10 centimeters. So 4, 10, and then 5 and 2. So that's going to go in. Now, what you do is you make your holes, and I've at the moment just made 6 here to that depth, and then you just very, very gently just pop them in. Don't force them. Just lay them in the holes to the depth. Don't, as I said, don't force them in, because what it does is it compacts your little root system there, and they won't grow. They will probably start to rot because they've been squashed. That's what you do, and then cover them with soil. That's as simple as how to plant garlic. And as you can see, actually, you can plant garlic any way you like. You can get a tub, a bucket, whatever you want, and stick your garlic in, and they will go. Put them in a nice sunny spot, as I say. So February, March, time to get your garlic in, and obviously put some in now. Maybe wait a week, maybe 2 weeks. Put more garlic in. But I'm going to get this filled up with garlic. Here I have some very young onions, and I think these are shallots. And well, I say I think because these have grown in here during over winter. So I've just put them in here. I put some brand new compost in the bottom, so the roots have got something to get hold of. I've dug round them when I took them out, so I've not disturbed any roots, and kept some of the original soil as well, because they're used to that. You don't want to shock them when you move them. Always a good idea to keep some of the original soil around, and then place lots of nutrients and brand new compost around it. As I say, using an organic compost. Well, I'm loving it here in the sun. I might have to go and get a cuppa. Well, here I am near my strawberry patch here. It's a raised bed I've had a few years, filled with compost, and then over years I've started putting strawberries in. Last year was a really, really good crop for me, which must mean this is in a really good position. And how do you look after strawberries? Well, I don't do anything to them apart from this, and I tend to do it at this time of year, so towards the end of February into early March, when things have started to blossom and bloom and start to regrow. Strawberries are fantastic. They really are easy to look after, and well, basically they look after themselves. Now, what I do is, and the reason I leave it this late is because when the new growth comes, all these lovely new green leaves that are coming, you can tell then which part of the plant has actually died off properly, and then you just cut those off and let's stick it in a compost heap or whatever. Now, what you have to be careful of, and let's use this in our out for now section, because each of these plants here should give me a new plant. Some, if they're big enough, might give you 2 plants. And what am I talking about? Well, throughout the growing season, these strawberries here put out what are called runners. They send a very long tentacle out and it finds soil eventually. And at the end of that soil, it puts new roots out and grows a brand new strawberry. Now, here, look, here's one. And look how long that is. It's come right from over there. And in here, I've got a very old leaf, so we'll cut that off. We don't need that. Be careful not to cut the roots when you're doing this. I'll just get that in there, so we've got rid of that. And it'll get those 2 pieces as well on that piece there. Now, what you can do here is in situ, so leave it where it is. Get yourself a plant pot, and you'll see all the roots here at the bottom. They're all there. Stick that into your plant pot, not covering the crown because they don't like the crowns covered. It gets all moist and wet, and then what happens is it kills off your strawberries. Pop that in there like that and leave it there. Obviously this is not needed because it's just old. So is that piece. Take it off, which means it can just then enjoy. Obviously keep it watered but not over water, because again that will rot the crown. You want to keep all the stuff away from the crown. What I tend to do is at this time of year, and behind me on this bank now, what I've done, the old bed here, I prepared it. It's now got cover now, it's got holes in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, now I'm luckily, so that's one for not, get rid of that. Down here somewhere, I've got, oh, that's, oh, what I don't normally keep them in the pot. There we are. And there's another one here. Look at that. Now, that looks a bit damaged and a bit sorted, but it's got its roots. We can just cut that off, get rid of that one, and get rid of that one because it's looking a bit old and nasty, and that one too. And there you have it in there, in the bottom of there. In fact, what I'll do is I'll keep this back and I'll take a photograph. Oh, that was a snail inside the roots there. But that is a free plant. So already I've got 2 free plants. I don't pop them in there anyway. There's another one here somewhere. I've seen it this morning. Here we are, look. Look again, how long. So that's off 1 plant. So what I'm going to do this time, I cut it right back to the plant, cut that piece off, cut the other piece off, and this now I will plant into my new bed. And what happened last year is I got, I think, about 5 or 6 brand new plants, and they're over there in that section behind me. And I'll just get rid of this. This needs to go on the shredded and on the compost heap. And you can go throughout here. There's another one there, look. So there's another one. That's 3 I've got so far, 4. Oh, there's another 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm already up to about 5 or 6, maybe 7, 8. We'll probably end up by about 10 free plants. And this will happen wherever you're growing your strawberries. So even if you've got them in pots, they should be put out long trailers, as I say. And again, just very simply chop that off there. Look at that. And I've got a brand new, beautiful, free strawberry plant for next season. Now, sometimes I have to say, you may not get anything from these this year, but you'll definitely get some next year. And that's what's the beauty about having your own strawberries. Now, if you're panicking about the leaves here, look, because these ones here, some of them are a bit frostbitten, well, just can take even the individual leaves off, and it will give, in fact, that's probably gone, so we'll get rid of the whole of that. And of course, that will encourage new growth through. Now it's started. Unfortunately, in fact, that's still surviving, but it has been cut at the bottom, so we'll get rid of that as well. But look, another one. Isn't it fantastic? Well, this is about my 5th time of ending this show. And well, let's see if I can get through it, shall we? It's great to have you all on board, and I thank you all for your comments. And speaking of comments, there's a new feature. So after the credits today, I'm going to have a little screen with a bit of birdsong underneath it, recorded during the summer months. And it just to put a few of your quotes, a few of your comments onto the end of the shows each week. They will vary depending on what we get in, and I can change it, and we can have a lot or a few depending on what we get in. It's great to have you all on board. Thank you for your comments. I hope you enjoy them. Can you spot your name? Are you there? If you're not this time, you may be in the future. So keep those comments coming. It's great to have you on board. If you send any photographs to my email, here we go, jezgrows@outlook.com. Please do them, as I said, in a landscape, because it really helps me put them onto the videos. Thank you. Once again, thanks for all your comments. Thanks for your input. Thanks for your out for notes, especially about using plastic water bottles and drinks containers to protect plants. It's great. I love it. More tips, please. More ideas. And we'll answer the badger question in the next show. We'll see you later. Ta-ra for now.